nonprofit Didlake connects people with disabilities to employment opportunities.
That's right. Based in Manassas, this organization is doing big things for the community. Here with more is Didlake's Director of Business Development, Valerie Spencer, and UPS Store's Business Manager, April Chervenka. Thank you both so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us. We're delighted to be here.
Of course. Talk to us a little bit about what Didlake does and what are your roles?
Absolutely. So, hi, I'm Valerie Spencer. I'm Director of Business Development for Didlake. Didlake's been providing rehabilitation services for almost 60 years now. We offer a variety of programs and services to allow for choice for the individuals with disabilities that we support to engage fully in their communities. My role as a Director of Business Development is to grow and diversify those opportunities and the choice of work for those individuals that we support. And primarily, most of that work is a lot in the federal sector. So we are here to talk about how we've taken that federal experience to state, local, and the commercial businesses, hence Didlake Imaging and the UPS stores.
So can you give us some examples in particular about what services and how that leads to what opportunities can you provide?
Yeah, absolutely. So April can start on the UPS stores a little bit.
April Chervenka, thank you again for having us. I am the business manager for the 2 UPS stores that are owned and operated by Didlake. So essentially I act as the franchisee for Didlake on behalf of Didlake to the UPS store network that's based out in San Diego. Recently our colleagues Rachel and Sese were on your program to talk about our huge successes with the Ability One program, which are primarily federal contracts. So Val and I are here to talk about that commercial aspect and how we support our mission at Didlake in our communities, which is to enrich and promote the lives of people with disabilities in the community.
Absolutely. And what led Didlake to create these opportunities and create this commercial business?
Yeah, so again, dating back to all of our experience in the federal environment, we have 20 plus years in the federal environment. We took some of that experience dating back to the days of microfiche, if you remember that. We used to take documents and transfer those over into microfiche, and we are now taking that microfiche and we've come full circle and we are offering that in a digital format. So we saw an opportunity to take document imaging to B2B and B2C consumers, hence opening up Didlake Imaging, which consists of Didlake Photo Imaging and Didlake Document Imaging. Did the same thing for the UPS stores.
And what does this mean for people? So at the UPS stores and at the imaging location, are people who have benefited from Didlake working there?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And so what does that mean for them, and what does that mean in turn for you all to see that success?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can speak specifically to our stores. We have 2 stores located in Northern Virginia. We have one that's based in Center of Innovation in Manassas, Virginia, and one that's uniquely on the campus at George Mason University in Fairfax. And not only do we employ people with disabilities in our stores, we also assist our job coaches at Didlake that might have clients that are seeking employment other places, may not be in a UPS store, may not be at Document Imaging, but their job coaches can come in and we provide a safe, integrated environment for them to assess the skills and abilities of that client and help them find employment other places. At the George Mason location, we have a great partnership with George Mason Life, which are students on campus with disabilities. So we offer paid internships within that store. So that's, for most of these students, it's the first time they've ever been employed. It's the first time they've ever put on a uniform. It's the first time they've ever been part of a team. It's the first time earning a paycheck. So they take those experiences, they utilize what they learn in our stores, and they can take that other places, or that job coach can take those assessments and find employment other ways.
I love that. Yeah. What do you guys see as you're looking ahead to the future? How do you hope that you will grow or advance?
Yeah, well, every opportunity we're willing to embrace. We're growing Didlake Imaging. We've taken it from microfiche to large format to we're doing digital mailroom solutions now. We've expanded into Didlake Photo Imaging. So really, how can we take that, help with a digital transformation? So that's a big part of what we're doing right now, but we're open always to collaborating and looking for the next opportunity to provide integrative opportunities for people with disabilities.
And speaking of opportunity, how can people, if they want to find out more, where should people go?
Well, you're welcome to come out in Northern Virginia. We have 2 storefronts, the UPS stores that April talked about, and we have a storefront for Didlake Imaging in Manassas, but we are on social. We're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook. We have didlake.org, and we have didlakeimaging.com as well.
Yes, and we just had the QR code up on the screen as well, so hopefully people have their phones up and ready. Thank you guys so much for being here today.
Thank you for having us. We really appreciate it.
Of course, of course.